In 1961, building a 2-ton, half-million-mile vehicle demanded a massive V8. But the British ignored automotive logic. They built a steel tank on wheels and powered it with a measly 55-horsepower diesel engine. It should have been an unrideable piece of junk, but it became history's most unkillable taxi. To truly understand why this bizarre mechanical anomaly had to exist, you have to step away from modern engineering and look at the brutal, unyielding environment it was born into. This wasn't North America, where cars were built to cruise smoothly on wide, straight, multi-lane highways. This was London in the mid-20th century, a chaotic, suffocating maze of ancient, narrow medieval alleyways, cobblestone pathways, near-perpetual rain, and a relentless, non-stop cycle of stop-and-go traffic that could destroy a standard passenger car's clutch and brakes within months. But the real nightmare for automotive designers wasn't just the unforgiving geography of the city, it was the ruthless hand of the British government. To operate as a legally licensed London taxi, a vehicle couldn't just be a regular sedan with a meter slapped onto the dashboard. It had to pass the merciless, uncompromising regulations set by the Public Carriage Office. Among their massive book of rules sat one legendary, incredibly specific mandate that completely terrified everyday car manufacturers: the Savoy Hotel rule. The turning circle layout at the courtyard entrance of London's elite Savoy Hotel was so famously small and tight that a standard luxury car could not clear the loop without stopping, reversing, and making a multi-point turn. To prevent traffic jams outside the luxury establishment, the law stated that any official London taxicab must be capable of spinning completely around within a tiny 25-foot radius. Detroit's finest luxury cruisers couldn't do it. Regular European sedans couldn't do it. The Austin FX4, therefore, had to be custom-built from the ground up to solve this single geometric nightmare. Pop the heavy, thick steel bonnet of a 1961 Austin FX4, and you won't find a masterpiece of high-tech engineering or lightweight performance. What you'll see is a heavy, shaking, noisy, agricultural piece of raw iron. This is the legendary Austin BMC 2.2-litre, 2,200 cubic centimeters, 4-cylinder diesel engine. At 55 horsepower, it possessed less power than a basic modern 3-cylinder hatchback or a standard commercial lawnmower. If you put your foot down on the accelerator, 0 to 60 wasn't a measurement of acceleration or time. It was an absolute luxury that usually required a steep downhill slope, a cleared highway, and a strong tailwind. Yet, this incredibly low power output was secretly the vehicle's greatest mechanical weapon. You see, modern internal combustion engines are designed for maximum thermal efficiency, high RPMs, and peak horsepower, pushing every single piston, valve, and bearing to its absolute physical limits. The Austin diesel did the exact opposite. Because it was naturally aspirated, meaning it lacked a complex turbocharger, and ran on a remarkably low compression ratio for a diesel engine, the internal components experienced almost zero intense thermal or mechanical stress during daily operations. The heavy overhead valves, the thick pushrods, the massive crankshaft, and the dense cast-iron engine block were heavily over-engineered to industrial standards, yet they only had to manage and distribute a tiny 55 horsepower. In short, the engine was physically incapable of running fast enough, revving high enough, or generating enough heat to break itself apart. There were no delicate aluminium cylinder heads to warp under pressure, no complex electronic sensors to short out in the damp, freezing London fog, and no fragile plastic cooling components to crack. It vibrated like a farm tractor and clattered loudly enough to wake the neighbors, but it was completely, undeniably immortal. It was a pure engineering philosophy that happily traded high performance for absolute, unyielding mechanical immortality. Engineering a powertrain that wouldn't die under pressure was only half the battle. The real engineering genius of the Austin FX4 lay in how it systematically manipulated the laws of physics and mechanical leverage to navigate London's tightest, most impossible corners. To meet that legendary 25-foot Savoy Hotel turning circle mandate, standard automotive steering racks and traditional suspension geometries were completely useless. The BMC design team had to formulate a highly specialized Ackermann steering geometry paired with heavily reinforced, custom-cast steering knuckles. This unique setup allowed the front wheels to pivot at an incredible, almost physically deformed 60-degree angle. When an FX4 cabbie turned the massive steering wheel to full lock, the front tires didn't just turn left or right, they practically stood sideways, perpendicular to the chassis. To accommodate this extreme mechanical contortion without the tires rubbing against the frame, the vehicle's bodywork had to be designed with deep, cavernous front wheel arches. These massive structural cutouts bit heavily into the interior cabin space, forcing the front passenger area to be used strictly for luggage rather than seating. But being able to turn on a dime means absolutely nothing if your structural frame snaps under the constant, repetitive pressure of slamming into thousands of deep London potholes every single day. While the rest of the post-war automotive world was rapidly shifting toward lightweight, integrated sheet metal unibody designs, the FX4 stuck firmly to old-school industrial train logic. It utilized a massive, completely separate, heavy-gauge steel ladder chassis. The heavy steel passenger body was bolted directly on top of this rigid, thick iron framework. This structural separation meant that every single harsh impact from a broken cobblestone street, every curb aggressively clipped by a fatigued driver, and every minor fender bender in thick traffic was entirely absorbed by the indestructible chassis below. The main body structure remained completely protected from decades of metal fatigue, structural twisting, and body flexing. It turned with the agility of a bicycle, but its backbone was built like a railroad bridge. A rigid ladder chassis and a simple, low-stressed cast-iron engine look fantastic on a blueprint. But the real world is where machines actually go to die. And the everyday world of a professional London cabbie was a masterclass in pure mechanical torture. The Austin FX4 didn't get the luxury of sitting in a dry, warm garage after a standard 8-hour commuter workday. Instead, these commercial workhorses routinely ran on what the transportation industry calls double shifts. The exact moment a driver finished his grueling, exhausting 12-hour daytime stint, a fresh night shift driver was already waiting at the central depot to instantly take over the seat. The keys were handed over, the heavy automatic Borg-Warner transmission was engaged, and the car went right back out into the dense, punishing city gridlock. Because of this relentless, continuous cycle, the FX4's massive engine almost never cooled down. It stayed locked at its optimal, warm operating temperature for days, weeks, and sometimes even months on end without a single cold start. In the complex physics of internal combustion, constant thermal stability is a massive, life-extending blessing for metals. By completely avoiding the continuous, violent expanding and contracting caused by turning an engine on and off throughout the day, the FX4's dense cast iron block completely avoided the microscopic metal fatigue and stress fractures that routinely destroy modern aluminium engines. The heavy, thick passenger doors were slammed shut hundreds of times a day by hurried commuters. The mechanical meters ticked endlessly, and the interior vinyl was subjected to a never-ending assault of rain, mud, and heavy work boots. Yet, despite the total lack of cosmetic care, the odometer digits just kept rolling. For a regular consumer passenger car, hitting 100,000 miles is a proud milestone. For the over-engineered 1961 Austin FX4, hitting 500,000 miles without a major engine overhaul wasn't a miracle. It was just another normal Tuesday on the job. The 1961 Austin FX4 proved that over-engineered simplicity beats horsepower, creating an indestructible 2-ton tank masquerading as a taxicab.